the Tarks Shark Tank. Also home of the UNLV Running Rebels as they take on the Soviet national team this evening. And a very pleasant evening, everyone. I'm Ron Thulin. Glad you can be with us for this very special TNT International Basketball presentation. Now, this Soviet team is a little bit different than the one we saw win the gold medal in the 1988 Olympic Games. In fact, only 2 members of that squad will be playing tonight. They are a young team. Joining me, a man no stranger to international competition, a member of the 1972 Olympic team that played the Soviets, Doug Collins. Doug, UNLV very experienced, the Russians inexperienced. What are the keys tonight?
Well, I think the #1 key for the Soviet team is they must get off to a good start, and they must do that by playing against full-court man-to-man pressure defense. I feel Vegas has the #1 defense in the country. They can't turn the ball over. When they turn it over, it results in easy scores for this Vegas ball club.
Now, tonight when Vegas comes on the court, we will be seeing probably one of, if not the best college player in the country right now, Larry Johnson. He is big. Can the Soviets control him?
Well, the thing about Larry Johnson is in the fast break game, he's going to beat the Soviet big men up the court. In the half-court ball game, he's going to need help down in the low post because they're going to have to double-team him. So if they don't contain him, he can go for 35 or 40 points tonight.
In short, it is going to be a difficult game for the Soviets?
Yes, it is going to be a difficult game, Ron, but I think it's going to be a game that they can learn a lot from. They did a nice job of handling the pressure in the Olympics. Teet Sok will be the big man tonight, being able to handle that kind of defensive pressure.
Do they have the quickness? Can Teet Sok, we saw him in the Olympics, he did it, but can he handle Anthony and Anderson Hunt tonight?
Well, he's not going to be able to do it by himself. I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to be able to make three-point shots, and as we watched them practice yesterday, Tarkanian was worried about the three-point shots, so he's got his guys closing out, trying to get the Soviet team to put the ball on the floor and make an extra pass.
Well, Jerry Tarkanian very successful against the Soviet national team. He is 2-0, looking to make it 3-0. Now let's meet tonight's players with PA announcer Dick Calvert.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our national television audience. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UNLV's Thomas and Mack Center for tonight's game between the Soviet national team and the Running Rebels of UNLV. And now, let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting Soviets. Starting at a forward, number 9, Valery Tinkanenko. At a forward, number 11, Sergei Babenko. At center, number 14, Igor Melnik. At a guard, number 4, Gundars Vetra. And at the other guard, number 5, Teet Sok. Head coach of the Soviet national team is Mr. Vladis Garatsas. And now, your Running Rebels. Forward from Pasadena, California, number 32, Stacy Ogman. At a forward from Dallas, Texas, number 4, Larry Johnson. At center from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 34, James Jones. At guard from Detroit, Michigan, number 12, Anderson Hunt. And at guard from Las Vegas's Rancho High, number 50, Greg Anthony. And the head coach of your Running Rebels, the nation's winningest head coach, Mr. Jerry Tarkanian.
You would expect an opening nothing less than the one we saw here in Vegas this evening. Craig Sager is standing by in our studios in Atlanta. Let's go see Craig right now. Craig?
Well, thank you, Ron. We look forward to Game 2 of our doubleheader, an international basketball special. The Running Rebels of UNLV, ranked #1 in college basketball against the Soviet national team. First, a final word on Game 1, where we saw a golden performance from another former Olympian, 1984 Olympic gold medal winner Michael Jordan, who scored 40 points to lead the Chicago Bulls past Detroit 117 to 114. And elsewhere around the NBA tonight, here are some scores. The Atlanta Hawks losing for the second straight time on their home court to a team that last year didn't make the playoffs. The Hawks lose to Washington tonight, 118-114. Miami gave up 110 points to New Jersey last Friday. Tonight they hold them to just 77. Miami wins its first game of the year. Boston and Milwaukee, they'll go down to the wire. Boston trailing by 3 late in the fourth quarter. Portland is way behind Houston. The Houston Rockets with a big lead. That is late in the fourth quarter as well. And the Seattle Sonics lead Charlotte 36-20. That's in the second. 3 other NBA games coming up later tonight. And coming up next on TNT, that international basketball special, the Soviets against Nevada, Las Vegas. Ron Thule and Doug Collins will be with you momentarily.
This incredible stereo sound system can be yours free from U.S. News and World Report. That's right, a free stereo. In a moment, you'll find out more.
Do you believe this stuff? Superman, he's 50. Who cares? And mad about Max. If I was a Newsweek subscriber, I'd be mad that Max is on the cover. I think if you're going to invest your time and money in a news magazine, you ought to be in a magazine that provides news you can use. Before the stock market crash, U.S. News told you it's time to get out. Then we gave you the best ways to invest your money, how to find and pay for the best colleges for your kids, the latest advice on eating right and staying healthy, and where you can find the best jobs for the future. All this plus how the important national and international news affects you. That's what U.S. News is about, and that's what differentiates us from this type of fluffy reporting. We think fluff is fine. It's what goes on your cake after you finish with the main course. We think U.S. News is the main course. I'll give you this personal guarantee. Take it home, drive it around the block, kick the tires. If you don't like it, send it back to me and I'll give you your money back.
A money-back guarantee, special issues throughout the year. And if you call right now, you'll also get this exclusive stereo sound system absolutely free. This custom-engineered sound system features twin dynamic speakers for pure stereo sound, an AM/FM selector for precision tuning, an LCD quartz alarm clock, a built-in nightlight, and a snooze bar. And it's yours free with your paid subscription. Call now, and you'll also get great savings, over 60% off the cover price. That's just 77 cents an issue for 31 weekly issues. You can even pay in 4 easy installments of just $5.99, or use your MasterCard or Visa. A great magazine, special issues, great savings, and the stereo is yours free.
All great reasons for you to call now, 1-800-421-2000.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are in Las Vegas for the Soviet national team and the Running Rebels of UNLV. And we are glad you can be with us for this special presentation this evening. Starting lineups for UNLV, Greg Anthony, Anderson Hunt will be at the guards, Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon at the forwards. And it'll be James Jones wearing number 34. He will be at the center position. Tikhorenko, Babenko, Melnik, Vietra, and Tit Suk will be the starters for the Soviet Union tonight. Once again, Doug, we're going to see right off the bat the pressure that UNLV will put on right from the very start. Tark told us yesterday he's going to pick them up at half court. He's going to hound them. He's going to get right into those shorts and try to stay with them the entire time. And he's going to do it from the opening jump.
Well, this Vegas team played an exhibition the other night against High Five America. They forced 30 turnovers, had 21 steals. So they're going to get in passing lanes. They want to get out and run, get easy shots. That's the way to get this crowd involved in the ball game. And they want to make this Soviet team very uneasy here early to start out.
Well, they're taking off some wedding rings of Tikhorenko and some of the other married players. No jewelry, of course, allowed in NCAA rules. We will be playing college rules tonight. We are not playing international rules. So the officials will be handling the ball in the out-of-bounds pass. We will have lob passes or out-of-bounds. We will have lobs. And Tikhorenko will be going up against Stacey Augmon. Only U.S. team to beat USSR 2 straight years, as we mentioned in the open, and Stacey Augmon controls. And it'll be Greg Anthony, number 50, running the show. He'll be playing the point. Anderson Hunt, wearing number 12, will be the shooting guard. Both players awfully quick. Both can shoot. Keep your eye on number 4, Johnson, battling underneath with Igor Milner. There he is, gets everybody up in the air, throws up the shot, and he draws the foul.
Well, there's just no way. I mean, this Soviet team is very strong inside, but Larry Johnson, I watched him work out yesterday, and he is a unique blend of power, speed, quickness, and he has a very soft shooting touch as well, Ron. So he's going to be a load inside. They're going to have to really get back and force him to kick that ball outside. One of Vegas's problems last year was their outside perimeter shooting. The Soviet team must make them shoot from outside.
Another problem that Jerry Tarkanian faced last year, they were awfully poor free throw shooting club. They were in the 60 percentile range. Johnson is a good free throw shooter. He shoots 75% during his junior college years. Watch his double clutch here, though. Tark says he thinks he's going to draw a lot of people into the lane. See, stops, and then he shoots. You don't necessarily like that, do you, Doug?
Well, you know, that can be a double violation. You can lose possession of the basketball in the critical stage. As long as your teammates know you're okay. Yeah. There's the pressure we've talked about earlier. They're going to have to run a lot of pressure releases and run a weave here.
Sok, very dependable player. Tikhonenko underneath. They try to take it underneath on the running Rebels. Knocked around, and UNLV. Here comes Stacey Augman to Hunt. Pulls up the jumper. Yes.
Well, he has the green light to take the shot anytime. Jerry Tarkanian designates his shooters, and right now on the floor, Anderson Hunt is one of the guys that's going to have to be a good shooter. Last year shot 39%, and he's going to have to shoot the ball better this season.
And Anthony will be called for the blocking foul, his first team.
Sok is a very crafty player. He's not exceptionally quick. He's strong. When you look at the Soviet team, Ron, they're a very strong team. They use their bodies very well to get you off of them, try to relieve the pressure. They don't try to beat you as much on the dribble.
We saw what Sok did to Charles Smith in the Olympics last year.
There's the penetrate and pitch and the three-point shot. That's what we talked about. And that's one of Jerry Tarkanian's big concerns.
That is what will keep the Soviet team in the game, no question. Johnson, good little move underneath, double pumps, little fancy shot. Doesn't go, but Babenko is whistled for the foul. His first, second team.
Well, the game plan is real simple. Let's get the ball inside to Larry Johnson because we know we've got some mismatches, right? Nice spin, pump fake. He gets him in the air as he comes over. Should not have made that foul right there. That was a very difficult shot. That's a foul you do not want to commit. Let's see you make that guy make that shot.
Larry Johnson, 6'7", 235 pounds, out of Dallas, Texas. Played for J.D. Mayo at Skyline High School. Of course, went to Odessa Junior College, originally signed by SMU. Question on his SAT score.
The Soviet team is unlike a lot of the Soviet teams in the past. They're not very strong in the middle. That's a real concern of the Soviet coach.
Look at Larry Johnson coming out. We saw that in practicing. He's not afraid to come out and pick the guy up at half court.
Well, he's so quick. Here's the little weave they're running. They worked on this today in practice. They try to get the screen and free up the shooter.
You have to throw with the banker, and it's open. He's got it.
I'm impressed here with the Soviet team. They've done a nice job of getting out of the gate here quickly.
Augman, not known as a shooter. He was the College Players Defensive Player of the Year, the Henry Iba Corinthian Award winner. But he's not afraid to take a shot. Hunt can't come up with the steal. Tikhonenko again. Tikhonenko gives the Soviets an 8-6 lead. I think they realize that man can shoot the ball despite the fact he's 6'8", 212 pounds. Anthony on top to Augman. Anthony, a slashing guard. Good hands. First turnover for UNLV. Here come the Soviets. Vietra working on Hunt. Hangs in the air. Can't get the jumper. Ball goes out. Belongs to the running Rebels.
Vietra is a very, very good shooter. They're trying to work with his game. With experience, they're hoping that he can be along the lines of the Marshallonis that's now overplaying here with the Golden State Warriors.
Alexander Gromelsky told us he is very high on that young man. Larry Johnson again, double pumps. Does he get the roll? Not this time. Augman loses the handle. And here come the Soviets again, and they're running, and that's something we didn't expect.
There's the pitch. You got to really cover the three-point shooter.
Tikhonenko knocks everybody down, gets the ball back as his shot blocked by Stacey Augman, but Sok comes up with it. Augman had 27 blocks last year. He can get up.
Good patience here now by the Soviet team.
Sok for three. He's got it.
Well, they ran a nice little back pick that time to free up Sok, and he was able to knock the shot, and they're really shooting the ball well.
Anthony takes it to the hole. He's got the basket, and Sok is called for the foul.
Greg Anthony's a lefty here, but what he does, he makes a nice crossover dribble going to his weak hand. Vitra staying at home on the shooter. He was afraid that they were going to pitch to Anderson Hunt, and he saw that. Anthony saw that and took it right to the basket for the easy score. As a defensive player, you must come in, clog that lane, force them to pitch it out and take the shot. You do not want to give up those easy layups.
Jerry Tarkanian in his 17th year. He has averaged over 26 wins a year in his college coaching career. Anthony can't get the free throw to drop. Hits the backboard. The Rebels have it. They trail it by 3. The Soviet Union 3 3-pointers so far. And that is what Tark told his team to be aware of. Jones, little left-handed hook, and he's got it.
Well, the Soviet team just fell asleep that time, Ron. They didn't get to their men quickly enough and just got an easy layup there for James Jones.
Teach Soak's ball handling impresses me.
Well, he's a very